Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Students, so in this video, now we are going to discuss regarding biotechnology and its applications. So means in previous video we have seen information regarding biotechnology principles and processes chapter. Now I have started new chapter name is biotechnology and its applications. So in these applications means by using of biotechnological methods, so what are the types of benefits we can be obtained in agriculture, medicine as well as in obtaining of different types of products in various type of organisms. So entire explanation, so definitely we will see in biotechnology and its applications. Come, let us have a look on this. Students, now new topic name is biotechnology, its applications. Now, so first point, recent years revolution in biology has occurred due to the potential of biotechnology. One more time, in recent years we are observing revolution in biology. So revolution in biology has occurred due to the potential of biotechnology, means due to the activity of biotechnology. Here what is the information we are studying? So definitely due to the revolution in biotechnology or due to the revolution in biology, so definitely, so here, so revolution we are studying in biology. So because of the potential biotechnology. So here first point itself, so somewhat information is there. Now I would like to give first point is father of genetic engineering. Okay, father of genetic engineering is Paul Berg. Berg, Paul Berg. Now applications of biotechnology concern, so related to this chapter, so from this one. So application of biotechnology include therapeutics, diagnostics and genetically modified crops for agriculture, processed food, bioremediation and wastewater management. Next one is energy production. So all these members or all these kind of processes definitely we can be treat. So definitely we can treat all these kind of processes by using of biotechnology applications. Now here where we can use our biotechnology applications means definitely we can be seen in therapeutics as well as we can be seen in diagnostics. And the next one, genetically modified crops for agriculture. Next one, processed food. Next one is bioremediation. Now here I would like to give a bioremediation, meaning bioremediation is nothing but clean up and restore the environment. One more time, bioremediation is nothing but clean up and restore the environment. So that is the meaning of bioremediation. Next one, these biotechnology applications we can use for wastewater treatment. So waste treatment or wastewater treatment purpose point of view we can use biotechnology applications. Next one, energy production point of view also here we can use biotechnology applications. Next one, biotechnology essential deals. So don't forget, biotechnology essentially deals with industrial scale production. So here there are different types. Now only we have seen, so what we have seen, there are different types of processes which have been processed by the, so biotechnology applications we have seen now. Likewise, but here the biotechnology mainly deals with industrial scale production of So industrial scale production of biopharmaceuticals, biologicals using genetically modified microbes, fungal members, plants and animals. So here this point it seems to be very good, very important once you look at that point. Now once you see that biotechnology essentially deals with industrial scale production of biopharmaceuticals. So definitely here we can produce so huge scale of which one biopharmaceuticals. Not only biopharmaceuticals, we can produce different types of biologicals using. So here in this for the production of all these kind of products, so what we are using? We are using genetically modified microbes. Not only genetically modified microbes, we are using genetically modified fungi or genetically modified plants and genetically modified animals. So likewise here we are using different types of organisms for obtaining of industrial scale products. So means by using of genetically modified organisms, so definitely so we are obtaining industrial scale productions. So productions of biopharmaceuticals as well as biologicals. Don't forget this point is important. Means so by using of various types of microorganisms, so definitely we are producing biopharmaceuticals as well as biologicals. Biopharmaceuticals as well as biologicals. Next one, in this way biotechnology has a great impact in the fields of health. So means when we have or when we are going to produce biopharmaceuticals, biologicals, definitely so here definitely impact will be there in the fields of health as well as food and agriculture and environmental protection, wastewater treatment or waste treatment. So likewise definitely so all when we are going to use different types of applications and different types of technological methods, so here definitely we will get so definitely we will get a good result in fields of health and in fields of food and in agriculture, environmental protection and waste treatment. So in all aspects, so definitely when we are going to use biotechnology applications, definitely we will be in safe mode in order to conservation or in order to protection of our environment. Okay, now let us have a look on this 3 critical research areas of biotechnology. So 3 critical research areas of biotechnology are. So what are the main critical research areas are there means, so here totally 3 critical research areas are there of biotechnology. So let us study those. Now searching and providing the best catalyst in the form of improved organism. So that is genetically modified organism. So here simply I have written GM organism. I have written GM is nothing but genetically modified. Don't forget. So now here GMO or sometimes we can write this one genetically modified organisms. So simply we can write it as GMO. Don't forget GMO means genetically modified organisms. Now once let us see searching and providing the best catalyst in the form of improved organism. Okay, usually a microbe or pure enzyme. So here, so did you remember anything? So in previous chapter we learned information. What is it? In principles, biotechnology principles and processes there, we have created one, what is that recombinant gene we have been created. That recombinant gene we have been inserted into the organism. So thereby normal organism is developed into like a unique organism. So likewise, so that is only information they are giving. So here best catalyst is nothing but or usually is a microbe or pure enzyme. Searching and providing the best catalyst in the form of improved organism, that is a GMO organism or genetically modified organism. Usually that genetically modified organism may be a microbe or a pure enzyme, whatever it is we can be used. Okay, next point is a catalyst or the catalyst is provided with optimum conditions. So here if you would like to get any kind of products from this catalyst, Okay, if you would like to get any kind of suitable product from this catalyst, no, so definitely we need to create optimum conditions, or we have to switch on to the optimum conditions. So when we will provide optimal conditions or adequate conditions or the suitable conditions, no, so definitely this particular catalyst means, what is a catalyst here we are using in our practicals or experiments, no, definitely which can give good yield. So means here optimum conditions we have to maintain, we are studying. Sir, optimum conditions means what are the conditions we have to maintain, sir? You please tell me, sir. Means, so here information I have written, once you see there, optimum conditions means sterilized medium we have to take. Next one, sterilized bioreactor we have to use. Next one, proper pH we have to maintain. Next one, optimum temperature levels we have to maintain. Next one, proper oxygen levels we have to supply. So that is nothing but aeration, spelling AERATION, aeration. Next one, regular stirring. Regular stirring means, so in the previous explanation I said no. So continuously we have to mix. So we have to mix the solutions or the ingredients. Why? Because so after using of various types of ingredients into the bioreactor, suppose without any stirring, suppose if you left, means all ingredients come and settle at the bottom of the bioreactor. Means, so what are the organisms present at the upper region of the ingredients? No, they may not get sufficient levels of food materials, isn't it? So in this particular case, what are the ingredients are present in a bioreactor should be stirred. So then only in each and every corner of the bioreactor, nutrients availability will be there in optimum levels. So then only we can see the good yield. So from the good catalyst. So means in this particular case, what is information now I am going to give you is optimum conditions you have to provide. When you will provide the optimum conditions, definitely this particular catalyst will give good yield. Don't forget, this point is important. Next one. So once by using of or by maintenance of optimal conditions, definitely, so this particular catalyst will give, which one it will give good product it will give. Okay, so that particular thing we can be separated as well as purified by the process known as downstream processing. Downstream processing is nothing but separation and purification of recombinant protein. So means one, suppose if you get recombinant protein, so from the catalyst, so that particular recombinant protein we have to separate from the entire ingredients. Means here we have added so many kind of ingredients for the growth of the microorganisms. So in this particular case, so here our product also will be mingled, or our product also will be there in the all ingredients. So once our product is formed in the bioreactors, what we have to do is, by using of downstreaming processes or technologies, we have to purify our product, or that product may be protein or organic compound. So in previous video also I said no, that product may be protein, or that product may be antibiotics or vaccines, drugs, whatever it is, so or whatever may be that chemical compound, definitely we can be obtained. So what is a drug, or what is a antibiotic, or what is a chemicals, or what are the vaccines, or what are the proteins, definitely we will be obtained in bioreactor. So definitely we have to separate and purify, then only we have to market. Means here downstream processing definitely helps. Downstream processing definitely helps for the separation. So here I have written simply, you see here, technologies. So means downstream processing technologies to purify the product. That product may be protein or organic compound. So likewise, definitely for purification of our protein or purification of our product concerned, so definitely we will use techniques which are present in the downstream processing, or simply that process we can be taken as downstream processing. Now, so let us have a look on the first aspect. So that is biotechnology applications in agriculture. Okay, so our India definitely is agriculture based country now. So that's why, so in our textbook also, so they have mentioned first agriculture. So biotechnology or biotechnological applications in agriculture. So let us study that only. So now you see there are three options. There are three options are there for what? For increasing of our food production. So means by using of three options, so definitely we can increase the food production. So what are the options are there? Now let us see. So first one is agrochemical based agriculture. One more time you see there. First one is agrochemical based agriculture, second one is organic agriculture, and third one is genetically modified crop based agriculture. One more time. Agrochemical based agriculture, organic agriculture, and genetically engineered crop based agriculture. So likewise there are three options are there. So by using of these three options, so definitely we can increase our food production. So what do you say, ma? So means here there are three options are there. One is agrochemical based agriculture, or organic agriculture, or genetically modified or genetically engineered crop based agriculture. So definitely by using of these three methods or options, so definitely we can increase food production. Okay ma? So now let us see one by one. First one is agrochemical based agriculture. So first side heading with yellow chalk piece I have written. Once you see the agrochemical based agriculture, so first side heading is that. Now let us see this one. So green revolution tripled the crop production, partly through the development of high yielding varieties. So by reading itself we can understand this one. So what is it? Definitely green revolution. So green revolution, so definitely we can say that, so due to the green revolution process, or due to the green revolution only, so in our India the development or the production of more yield has been occurred. So means in this particular case, regarding green revolution and all, so in strategies for enhancement in food production chapter, so definitely I will give you information regarding. But here what is the point now I am going to give you is, so this green revolution, so definitely tripled our crop production. Means here by using of green revolution, so definitely what is the point we are observing? Our crop production is not doubled, that is tripled. You must try to understand that one. Next one, partly through the development of high yielding varieties. So how it has been taken place means, so because of the production of, or because of the development of high yielding varieties. So when we have produced, or when we have been produced high yielding varieties, so because of the producing of high yielding varieties, so here we have been produced more crop or more yield. So by using means here you see there, so definitely our crop yield is tripled. Reason is because of the development of high yielding varieties. Don't forget. But mainly due to the usage of better management practices and extensive use of agrochemicals. So here we have seen, so one is in the production of high yielding varieties we have seen, that is one reason. And the main important thing is, so due to the use of better management practices, so not only production of high yielding varieties, so when we have to, or when we have followed better management practices, so when we have maintained better management practices, so the extensive use of agrochemicals, and one more is extensive use of agrochemicals. Means here definitely there are three reasons are there. Once you see that, so first one is extensive use of agrochemicals. One more time, extensive use of agrochemicals. And the second one is better management practices. And one more is production of high yielding varieties. So likewise high yielding varieties and better management practices. Next one is extensive use of agrochemicals. So because of these three reasons, so here our crop yield production is tripled. So means our crop yield is increased because of the three reasons. One is good varieties or high yielding varieties, and one more is better management practices, and third one is extensive use of agrochemicals. So here agrochemicals means, sir, what are the agrochemicals means? You see here agrochemicals are nothing but usage of fertilizers as well as pesticides. So means agrochemicals simply best examples we can be taken these two. So one is fertilizers and one more is pesticides. Next one, in the developing world, usage of agrochemicals became so expensive and posing harmful effects on the environment. Now you concentrate there. Actually here you see there exactly at spotlight. So here, for obtaining of more food or more yield, we have seen one of the reasons, that is extensive use of agrochemicals. Means because of the usage of agrochemicals, now we have been produced more amount of yield. But here what is happening? So here the developing of world, even this particular point we are observing, no, what is the thing we are observing? No, due to the usage of agrochemicals, so that is what is happening now. So one first reason is, so all agrochemicals become very expensive. So suppose if more members are using these agrochemicals, no, definitely demand will be more. When a demand will be more, definitely they will increase the price rate. So gradually, so agrochemicals means fertilizers rate as well as pesticides rate will be increased. That is the meaning of expensive. Very good. Next one, posing harmful effects. Suppose, sir, we are using, let us use these agrochemicals. Why? Because our intention, we must produce more yield. Suppose if you think, so but indirectly, what is the problem we are facing? These, because of the usage of these agrochemicals, posing harmful effects. So definitely bringing of some kind of harmful effects in the environment. So that's why means one problem is there and one benefit is there. So means when we are using agrochemicals, definitely we can increase the more production of food materials, but one more problem, it brings some kind of harmful effects on the environment. Okay, so there now a clamor for switching over the organic agriculture. So that's why in this particular case, no, instead of usage of this particular agrochemical based agriculture, suppose if you switch on to the organic agriculture, how it will be? Likewise, author giving us. So that's why instead of agrochemical based agriculture, you try to use the organic agriculture. So now organic agriculture, let us see. First of all, organic agriculture is nothing but simply organic farming. Organic farming. So organic farming, so what is the meaning? No, suppose by using of organic manure, so by using of the other cattle dung as well as after decomposition of litter, so we will observe some kind of a detrite very dark colored humus formation takes place. So means village people means they can understand this one. So here what is happening now? Cattle dung as well as cow excretories and so here some kind of waste. So that is everything they will be gathering at one place. After 6 months, after 1 year, no, so that particular decomposed of that particles everything, so they will be keeping in paddy fields or fields. Okay, so in this particular case, no, that is a thing, or by using of some kind of Fabaceae family members or Leguminaceae family members. So definitely, so by growing or by developing of Leguminaceae family members, no, definitely, so we can increase the which one fertilized land, so or we can increase the fertility in the soil. Why? Because definitely, so leguminous plants has which one nodules, root nodules, so their rhizobium bacteria definitely helps in fixation of atmospheric nitrogen. So but what is the point now I am going to take is, so suppose if you start to use or if you start to follow the organic agriculture, means farming, organic farming, suppose if you do means, so definitely, so chances are there to reduce the artificial fertilizers and pesticides. So that information only once let us see. So now you see that it is a farming of or farming practice which involves the use of organic manure. So here definitely, so we are understanding this point, means definitely in this farming practice, what we are doing, definitely we are involves the use of organic manure. So definitely we are using the organic manure. For what is the reason, sir, why we are using, sir, this organic manure means, once you see there, for enhancing crop production. So definitely when you will use organic manure, no, so definitely here we can use or we can induce the crop production. So here instead of using of artificial chemical fertilizers and pesticides, so 100%, what is the point here we have to understand, no. So when we will use organic manure for the in enhancing the crop yield production, so definitely we will get a good product or good yield only. And here one important point, here we are not going to use any kind of artificial fertilizers and pesticides. So here two benefits are there. So what are those? Suppose if you use organic manure, so very nice yield or more amount of yield we can be obtained. And one more use is, so that particular land or environmental conditions will not be polluted. And one more also we can be, so when we will be used these products of organic farming, if you use means, so we will get health also, good health and wealth also we can obtain. Suppose if you use agrochemical based agriculture yield, suppose if you try to take means, so definitely for obtaining of yield we will use fertilizers as well as pesticides in first case, no. At the time, suppose if you use, so some kind of fertilizers or pesticides, chance is there to consume, so at the time, no, definitely it will show some kind of effect on our health also. That's why instead of agrochemical based agriculture, suppose if you switch on to the organic agriculture or organic farming, that will be wealthy, health and wealth. So now here in this particular case, no, I would like to give one example. Suppose if you go to the vegetable market, so boards in some places, whether you have seen or not, I don't know, but we will observe, what we will observe, no. So board like this, board, no, organic vegetables or organic fruits. Emma, did you see that one? Organic vegetables means or organic fruits means, definitely when compared to other kind of fruits or vegetables, no, organic vegetables as well as fruits will be more costly. So cost will be more. Why? Because of this reason. So there is no any kind of fertilizers as well as pesticides, they didn't use this one, and they are concentrating on your health. Why? Because they have used organic manure in order to production of more yield. That's why definitely, so we have to switch on to the organic farming. Now we have completed, one is agrochemical based agriculture and second one is organic agriculture or simply organic farming. Now one important point, now let us see, that point is, however, organic agriculture, so this point is important, one more time you try to see. However, organic agriculture as well as agrochemical based agriculture, so cannot enhance crop yield to any appreciable degree. So means, so try to understand, we are using agrochemical based agriculture as well as organic agriculture we are following. So in this particular case, no, definitely what is the point, no, we can increase the crop yield but not in appreciable degree. Suppose if you would like to produce 100 packs, or suppose here, so if you would like to produce more yield means, by using of agrochemical based agriculture and organic farming, it is not possible. So but when compared to the first siding means agrochemical based agriculture, second one is better, and when compared to the second one, third one is more better. Means here what is the thing, in comparison of first two, definitely third one means, that is genetically engineered crop based agriculture is best, likewise author saying. So why? Because so by using of genetically engineered crop based agriculture, definitely we can enhance the crop yield more and more. So that is only, now let us see. So now second point, enhancement in crop yield, enhancement in crop yield, minimizing fertilizers, chemicals and thereby reducing the environmental pollution is possible only when the crop plants are genetically modified. So by reading itself we understood, once you see there. So what is the point we are studying here? enhancement in crop yield. So definitely we can induce the crop yield, we can give the enhancement in crop yield and minimizing the fertilizers and chemicals. So definitely, so we can minimize the usage of fertilizers as well as chemicals, and thereby we can reduce the environmental pollution. So when we will be minimizing the usage of fertilizers and chemicals consumption or usage, automatically, so environmental pollution also is reduced. Try to understand. So thereby, that's why the possible only when the crops or crop plants are genetically modified using genetic engineering. That's why, so one more time you see that enhancement of the crop yield and minimize the fertilizers and chemicals, so thereby reducing the environmental pollution is possible only when the crop plants are genetically modified. So these crop plants must be so genetically modified, so then only so everything is possible. So here how we are obtaining this genetically modified crops means because of the usage of genetic engineering practices as well as technologies. Now let us have a look on the third one, that is genetically engineered crop based agriculture. So that is genetically engineered crop based agriculture. Now in this particular case, it is not possible to transfer the foreign genes between the unrelated organisms through the traditional or conventional breeding methods. So up to first line to third line. Once you see there, suppose if you are using, so what we are using, suppose if you are using traditional as well as conventional methods for what, for the transfer of foreign genes from one organism to another organism, that is also between the non-related organisms, definitely it is impossible. So definitely we could not transfer the foreign gene between the unrelated organisms by using of traditional as well as conventional plant breeding methods. Suppose if it is not possible through the traditional as well as conventional breeding methods, then what we have to do, sir, means, so here you see there. So similarly, a desired prokaryotic gene cannot be transferred to an eukaryotic cell or vice versa. So similarly, a desired prokaryotic gene cannot be transferred to an eukaryotic cell. Now moreover, the conventional breeding program are time consuming in the development of new strains. So here this one in easy English only I have used, you can get this point. So if you use conventional methods or conventional breeding programming methods, so suppose if you follow means, so definitely for the development of new strains it takes time. So that's why I have written this one as time consuming method for the development of new strains. Next one, the use of recombinant DNA technology. So here suppose instead of using of traditional or conventional breeding methods, suppose if you use which one, recombinant DNA technological methods. Suppose if you use these recombinant DNA technology methods, definitely facilitates facilitates in overcoming of these problems. Means here definitely within a short period of time we can produce new varieties that will produce more yield. So means if you use recombinant DNA technological methods, so definitely we can produce good varieties of plants within a short period of time. So at the time, so no problems, nothing. So that's why here the plants, bacteria, fungi and animals whose genes have been altered by manipulation is called genetically modified organisms. Means here in this particular case, by using of recombinant DNA technology, so definitely we can change or we can alter the we can alter the genes or we can alter the sequence of genetic engineering or genetic material of plants, bacteria, fungi and animals. So suppose if you change or if you create any kind of alterations in plants, animals or simply any kind of organisms means, so such kind of organisms simply we will be calling as genetically modified organisms, or simply GMO. GMO is nothing but genetically modified organisms. So next one, the gene transferred to another organism artificially by technique of genetic engineering is called transgene. So means here, suppose if you are transferring any kind of a gene from the one organism to another organism artificially by using of genetic engineering techniques, so such kind of a gene we can be taken as transgene. Transgene easy only, try to remember. Next one, plants with desirable characters. Plants with desirable characters created through the gene transfer methods, called transgenic plants or genetically modified plants. So means, suppose if you are altering any kind of genetic sequence in the plants and thereby getting desirable characters. So desirable characters we are getting, so by modifying the genetic sequence of the plants. So by using of what are the kinds of methods? So methods may be gene transfer methods. So suppose at the time, definitely we will obtain good plants. So such kind of altered plants we will be calling as transgenic plants or genetically modified plants. Okay, so these genetically modified plants, what are the, we have changed the chemistry of DNA, sir, at the time, so such particular plants, so simply we will be calling as genetically modified plants. Means when we have changed genetic mechanism, we have changed or altered, so such kind of plants we are calling as genetically modified plants or transgenic plants. Then what are the uses, sir? What are the uses means, now you see there, genetically modified plants have been used in many ways. Means here there are different types of uses are there of genetically modified plants. So in the next video definitely I will come with the usage of which one are genetically modified plants. There are different types of examples are there. So exclusively definitely I will give information regarding GMO or GM plants. Okay, take care, thank you.